I don't know. There's been things going through my brain lately that I don't quite understand. And one of them is something I recently figured out, I guess, in dreams, whether it be daydreaming or even at night. I keep having this, I guess, recurring thing that I'm inside of a church, a really, really, really big church. And it's very detailed, you know. Well, I come to find out one day I'm flipping through Google Images just to find a thumbnail for a video or whatever I was doing. I don't know, but I came across some photos that looked really familiar, and it turns out um, I guess these dreams or deja vu feelings that I've been getting are from a cathedral. It's not just cathedral, it's the one in York, England. Okay? My brain keeps telling me I've been there before. I recognize stuff. Okay? I've never been to Europe. I've never been to, I've been to South America and things, but I mean, other than that, in Canada, I'm not exactly a world traveler. I've never been to England, so why do I get this intense deja vu feeling when I see pictures of the inside of the cathedral at York? Huge, huge church. I've been there before. I know I have. Or have I? Yeah, here's the thing. Um, People get a lot of deja vu feelings in a lot of places. Especially old places. They'll go there, felt like they've been there before, or something like that. It's not the first time that's happened to me. And here's what I'm thinking. As far as junk DNA goes, there is no such thing as junk DNA. There is simply DNA that scientists haven't figured out what it does yet. You know, and because they haven't figured it out, well, it must not be good. It's just junk, right? Okay, here's the theory. Okay, what if your ancestors added to the building blocks of your DNA, which is very scientifically feasible, but what if they did it on the what if they did it on the level of consciousness? What if there is not figuratively but literally pieces of your ancestors' memories in your DNA? Okay. Now you look on the scientific DNA strands, and there's apparently huge amounts of this junk DNA. Nobody knows what it is. Nobody knows what it does. Well, maybe it doesn't do anything. Maybe it's just literally part of who you were as well as who you are. You know what I'm saying? Maybe maybe I'm just getting a little too deep, but I'm sitting up here in the hills of West Virginia with a camera pointed at the street, and well, West Virginians are very deep people when they want to be. I was arguing quantum physics with a fellow the other day, but I digress. In all seriousness, though, why isn't why isn't this a valid possibility? Well, science will say, "Oh no, that's not. Once somebody's dead, they're dead forever." Blah 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 blah. Well, how do you know somebody's consciousness, who they are, the essence of their being, if people, you know, really are that important, top of the food chain or whatever? Uh, Surely that would make sense. That would make sense, generational curses and blessings. Maybe we think the same way our ancestors did, have the same behavior patterns, have the same thought processes, how to say, I mean, are we really that different than people from 1,000 years ago, especially ones we were related to? Um, excuse me. It's very interesting, and I'd like to know what you think about this. If you think that I'm absolutely crazy, you want to debunk me, well, that's cool. I like to learn something either way, even when I'm wrong. If you think that I'm a super genius and you can back up everything I just said according to science, that's cool too. You know, it's all good, man. Um, I'd kind of like to know some thoughts, some feedback on this. It's not something a lot of people talk about. It's not something that I think can be either proven or disproven for that matter, but it's still interesting, and I think it's worth a look, and it's worth some conversation. Let me know.